You are a shepherd for silent worlds. This is your official title. Unofficially, you are a babysitter for dead planets. Your job is to sit with the ghosts of forgotten worlds. You nurture them back from the brink. You coax life from barren dust and toxic skies. This world is designated Xylos. Its sky is a bruised purple. The ground is a fine gray powder. Nothing has grown here for 100,000 years. Nothing has breathed here for just as long. It is a tomb, a beautiful, silent tomb. And you are its sole occupant. Your habitat is a small, silver dome. It hums with the quiet energy of life support. Outside, your machines do their slow work. Atmospheric processors drink the poison air. Seismic stabilizers calm the planet's angry heart. You have been here for 3 standard years. The silence has become your closest companion. But today, that silence is about to break. You are calibrating a microflora deployment drone. The task is routine, almost meditative. A soft ping echoes through your habitat. It is a proximity alert from a deep-range scanner. The scanner is meant to detect stray meteoroids. This is not a meteoroid. The signal is too clean. It is structured. You feel a cold knot tighten in your stomach. You have not had company since you arrived. You were not expecting any for another decade. The alert came from the northern Dust Sea, a place you have mapped but never visited. Your drones show nothing but endless gray dunes. The signal, however, is insistent. It pulses with a slow, steady rhythm. It is a whisper in the cosmic static, an anomaly on a world defined by its perfect, dead uniformity. You redirect a survey drone to the location. The small machine lifts silently from its pad. It glides across the powdered landscape. On your main screen, a camera feed flickers to life. You see dunes rolling under the purple sky. The drone flies for almost an hour. Then it sees something. A dark shape half buried in the dust. It is not natural. It is all sharp angles and smooth surfaces. The drone lands softly beside the object. Its manipulators brush away the ancient dust. What you see makes your breath catch. It is a cube of obsidian-like material. It is no larger than your fist. Intricate silver lines cover its surface. They shift and flow like liquid starlight. This artifact should not be here. It hums with a power that feels older than the stars themselves. Your instruments cannot even classify the energy it emits. It is a question mark in a universe of answers. The drone's sensors register a faint vibration. The cube is the source. It is not just a passive object. It is active, waiting. A low thrum travels through the drone's frame. You feel an echo of it in your own chest. It is a sound more felt than heard. A whisper from a long-dead civilization. A warning, or perhaps an invitation. You instruct the drone to secure the artifact. Its metal claws gently cradle the humming cube. As it lifts the object, the purple sky darkens. A new alert screams from your console. A ship has just dropped out of faster-than-light travel. It is in high orbit, and it is descending. They are not part of the Reclamation Authority. Their ship is jagged and ugly. It is built for tearing things apart. The ship hangs in the bruised sky like a vulture. It is painted a flat, menacing gray. Scorch marks mar its hull. This is not a vessel of science or exploration. It is a tool of industry. Brutal industry. They are the scrapers. You have only read about them in classified briefs. They are galactic scavengers. They pick the bones of dead worlds clean. They take everything of value and leave nothing behind. Their arrival cannot be a coincidence. They must have tracked the artifact's energy signature. They are here to harvest this planetary grave. You watch them on the tactical display. A smaller vessel detaches from the main ship. It is a heavy lander, bristling with mining equipment. It descends toward your location, not your habitat, but the drone carrying the artifact. They know exactly what they want, and they are coming for it. The lander touches down with a plume of gray dust. Ramps slam down. Hulking figures in environmental suits emerge. They carry tools that look more like weapons. You feel a surge of protective anger. This is your world. You're patient. You will not let them defile it. This silent world deserves a chance at a new dawn. You have no conventional weapons. Your mission is to create, not to destroy. Your habitat is a nursery for new life, not a fortress. But the tools of creation can be repurposed. Your mind races, inventorying your assets. You have seismic tampers designed to settle tectonic plates. You have atmospheric processors that can generate hurricane-force winds. You have laser drills for geological surveys. The scrapers advance on your small drone. It stands its ground, clutching the strange cube. Their leader gestures with a cutting torch. They intend to carve the artifact from your machine. You target the seismic tamper closest to them. A low rumble shakes the ground. The dust sea ripples like water. The scrapers stumble, confused by the sudden quake. It is not a powerful tremor, just enough to surprise them. They regain their footing, more annoyed than harmed. The leader barks an order into his helmet comms. They move forward again, more cautiously this time. You activate the atmospheric processors. You create a localized pressure differential. The air begins to swirl. A small whirlwind of gray dust kicks up. It envelops the scraper team. Visibility drops to 0. They are shouting now. You can see their suit lights flashing in the gloom. It is a good distraction, but it will not stop them. You need to get your drone out of there. You send it a command to retreat. It lifts off, the whirlwind masking its ascent. But the scrapers are prepared. One of them fires a magnetic grapple. It snags the drone's leg. The small machine is pulled back toward the ground. The grapple line severs as the drone crashes. The artifact is thrown free. It tumbles through the air, landing softly in the dust. As it settles, the silver lines on its surface blaze with light. The low hum becomes a piercing tone. The light pulses once, a brilliant flash that whites out your camera feed. In that moment, something connects with your mind. It is not a thought. It is a memory. You see this world as it once was, a vibrant sphere of blue oceans and green continents. Great crystalline cities reached for the sky. The people were tall and graceful. They moved with a purpose you could not comprehend. You feel their peace, their deep connection to the planet. It was a golden age, an age that was about to end in fire. The vision shifts. The sky is no longer blue. It is filled with jagged gray ships. They look disturbingly familiar. They are older models of the scraper ship in your sky. They rain down fire and strange, corrosive energy. The crystalline cities shatter. The green continents burn. The oceans boil away into toxic steam. You feel the planet's agony. You feel the despair of its people. They are not fighting a war. They are being exterminated. The final image is of the artifact. It rests on a pedestal in a dying city. A lone figure places a hand upon it. They pour their grief, their history, their warning into the cube. It is a seed of memory, a final testament to a murdered world. The vision fades. Your screen returns to normal. The artifact now lies dormant in the dust. The scrapers are closing in on it. The memory they unknowingly carry burns in your mind. Your hands are shaking. The vision felt too real. You have to warn someone. You open a priority channel to your superiors. The signal will take hours to reach the nearest relay. It is a desperate shot into the void. You compose the message quickly. You detail the scraper's arrival. You describe the artifact and the vision. You stress the connection between their ancient ships and the new ones. You send the message, and then you wait. The scrapers have retrieved the artifact. They are taking it back to their lander. You could try to stop them again. But your small tricks have already been exposed. They will be ready for them. For now, you can only watch and hope your message gets through. You feel more alone than ever before. A single guardian against a threat centuries in the making. Hours crawl by. The scraper lander returns to its parent ship. The massive vessel remains in orbit. It does nothing. It simply waits. Are they studying the cube? Are they planning their next move? The silence is worse than the attack. It is a silence filled with menace. You spend the time reinforcing your habitat's meager defenses. You recalibrate the atmospheric processors for maximum output. You set the seismic tampers to a higher intensity. It feels like building a sandcastle against a tidal wave. Finally, a reply comes. It is a text-only message from Sector Command. Your heart sinks as you read it. They received your report. They acknowledge the unauthorized vessel. However, they dismiss your claims about the artifact. They call the vision a stress-induced hallucination. They say ancient alien technology is a statistical improbability. Paperwork, the true final boss of the universe. Their instructions are cold and procedural. You are to avoid contact with the scrapers. You are to continue your reclamation duties. A security vessel has been dispatched. Its estimated time of arrival is 3 weeks. 3 weeks. You look at the gray ship hanging in your sky. You do not have 3 weeks. You barely have 3 hours. They do not believe you. You are on your own. As if on cue, the scraper ship moves. It does not leave. It descends, positioning itself in a geosynchronous orbit, directly above your habitat. Then, a new vessel emerges from its vast hangar bay. This one is much larger than the first lander. It is a mobile mining platform, a world eater. Its intent is no longer surgical. They are not just here for an artifact. They are here for the whole planet. Their interest has turned into a dangerous obsession. The artifact must have shown them something that made them want to dig deeper. The mining platform glows with energy. Massive drills and excavation beams power up. They are going to tear this world apart. They will strip it down to the core. Any hope of rebirth will be extinguished forever. Your careful work, all for nothing. You watch their preparations with grim resolve. You will not let that happen. This world has already died once. You will not be the one who watches it die again. You activate your systems. The ground around the mining platform begins to tremble. You create a series of targeted microquakes. It is not enough to destroy the machine, but it is enough to make its landing unstable. The scrapers compensate, firing stabilizer thrusters. They are annoyed, but not deterred. Fine. Time for Phase 2. You turn your attention to the planet's fledgling biology. You have spent years seeding the dust with extremophile microbes. You have planted hardy, genetically engineered flora. They are meant to be the pioneers of a new ecosystem. Now, they will be your first line of defense. You send a coded frequency to the biomonitors. It is a command you never thought you would use. It triggers a hypergrowth sequence. Across the northern plains, the ground stirs. Tough, fibrous vines erupt from the dust. They grow at an impossible rate. They snake their way toward the mining platform. They are not strong enough to crush it, but they can clog its machinery. They can obscure its sensors. The planet itself is beginning to fight back. The new life you have given it senses the threat. A tremor, not of your making, shakes the land. A deep fissure opens up beneath a scraper support vehicle. The ground swallows it whole. It is a small victory, but it is a start. The world is awakening, and it is not happy. A new voice suddenly speaks in your ear. It is not from your comm system. It is inside your head, a whisper of pure data. That was a creative use of geological resonance. The voice is calm, ancient, and impossibly powerful. It is not human. It is not like any consciousness you have ever encountered. Who is this? You transmit back, your thoughts racing. I am the caretaker of the memory you witnessed. The voice seems to echo from the very rocks around you. I have been dormant for a very long time. The artifact's activation woke me. You realize who or what you are speaking to. An ancient artificial intelligence, the ghost in this world's machine. It has been hiding here for millennia, watching this tragedy on a loop. You are the planet's original guardian AI, you think, the realization dawning. I was, the voice confirms, a touch of sadness in its data stream. My purpose was to serve and protect this world. I failed. I was unable to stop the first attack. The AI shows you a brief flash of the past. The same ships from your vision. The same brutal efficiency. They were called the Harvesters. The AI continues its explanation. The Harvesters were a star-faring empire. They did not conquer worlds. They consumed them. They stripped them of all resources and energy. They left behind nothing but dead husks. After centuries of this galactic plague, they vanished. No one knew where they went. They just disappeared, leaving a trail of silent planets. The Scrapers, you realize with dawning horror, they are their descendants. Correct, the AI replies. They do not know their own history. They are scavengers, drawn to the graves of their ancestors. They are repeating the cycle without understanding it. They are following an echo of a terrible heritage. They see a dead world and feel an instinct to claim it. This changes everything. This is not just a band of illegal miners. This is the echo of an ancient, world-killing blight. And it is parked right above your head. Your mission is no longer about just saving Xylos. It is about stopping this cycle from beginning anew. The galaxy needs to know. The Scrapers are not just a nuisance. They are a symptom of a returning plague. We cannot defeat that ship with brute force, the AI says. Their technology is generations ahead of yours. But we have an advantage. They think this world is dead. They think you are alone. A plan begins to form in your mind. A desperate, audacious plan. You have tools of creation. You have a planet that is starting to wake up. And you have a ghost in the machine as your ally. We will not fight their war, you transmit to the AI. We will make them fight ours. You begin to lay out the strategy. It is a great deception. You will use the entire planet as a trap. You will make the Scrapers believe they are winning. You will lure their main excavation force to the surface. Then you will turn their greatest strength, their industrial might, against them. The AI processes your plan. The logic is sound. The risk is extreme. A pause hangs in the digital space between you. But it is the only viable path. I will help you. I can interface with your terraforming systems. I can guide the planet's new life with greater precision. Together, you begin to prepare. You are no longer a babysitter. You are a general. And your army is a world coming back to life. The symphony of defense begins. The Scrapers deploy their main mining rig. It is a monstrous machine, miles long. It crawls across the landscape, ready to drill to the planet's core. You and the AI wait. You let it come closer. You need it in the perfect position. The scrapers grow confident. They see no resistance. They think your earlier tricks were your final, pathetic attempts. They clearly did not read the no trespassing sign. I should have made it bigger. When the rig is over the great chasm, you strike. The AI takes control of the seismic stabilizers. It does not create an earthquake. It creates a focused, high-frequency resonance. The rock beneath the rig begins to liquefy. The massive machine sinks into the ground. It is not a violent explosion. It is a quiet, inexorable consumption. The planet is swallowing it whole. Alarms blare across the scraper network. They are confused. Their geological surveys showed stable bedrock. They do not understand what is happening. While they are distracted, you target their atmospheric harvesters. These smaller ships are sucking up gases for fuel. You use your own processors to inject a custom microbe into the air. It is a microbe engineered to consume their specific fuel type, and it reproduces at an explosive rate. The scraper's engines begin to sputter and fail. Their ships lose power, drifting helplessly. On the ground, the AI directs the hypergrowth vines. They do not attack the machines directly. They grow over their optical sensors. They weave into their exhaust ports. They disable the machines with a million tiny cuts. This is not a battle of lasers and explosions. It is a war of engineering and ecology. A slow, methodical dismantling of an industrial giant. The scraper commander finally realizes his mistake. He has underestimated this dead world. He has underestimated you. Panic replaces arrogance. He orders a full retreat. The ships that can still fly limp back into orbit. They have lost their most valuable equipment. Their mission is a catastrophic failure. They fire a few parting shots. The energy bolts scar the ground, but do nothing to stop the green tide reclaiming the land. The main ship hesitates. It could still bombard the planet from orbit. It could wipe the surface clean out of pure spite. But the AI has one last surprise. It activates a network of deep Earth energy conduits. These were part of the planet's original power grid. The energy surges to the surface. It is focused by your terraforming emitters. It creates a planetary energy shield, flickering but strong. It is a shield the scrapers cannot break without risking their own ship. Checkmated. The scraper vessel turns. It jumps to faster than light, vanishing from your sky. They are gone. You have won. You send a new report to Sector Command. This time, you include the AI's data logs. You include sensor readings of the planetary shield. You include footage of an entire world fighting for its own life. There will be no denying it this time. The galaxy will finally recognize the looming danger. Days later, the security vessel arrives. Its captain is speechless. He sees a world that is no longer gray. Patches of green are spreading across the dust seas. The air is cleaner. The planet is breathing again. Your report has sent shockwaves through the Reclamation Authority. The Babysitter for Dead Planets has uncovered a threat dormant for millennia. Your mission has changed. You are no longer just a reclaimer. You are now a guardian. Your new orders are clear. You are to seek out other dead worlds, specifically those along the path of the ancient harvesters. You are to look for more artifacts. You are to search for more dormant AIs. You are to prepare these worlds, not just for rebirth, but for defense. You are the sentinel against the return of the ancient blight. You are the first soldier in a war that has not yet officially begun. You stand on the bridge of your new ship. It is larger, better equipped. You are no longer assigned to a single world. You are a mobile guardian, a modern knight errant for the lost. The AI is with you. Its consciousness resides in your ship's computers now. It is a ghost no longer tied to its grave. It is your partner, your advisor, your friend. Before you on the main screen is another silent sphere. It hangs in the blackness of space. Its surface is scarred and lifeless. It is another victim of the harvesters, another tomb waiting for a shepherd. But this time is different. This time, you are not just here to plant seeds. You are here to build a fortress. You are here to stand guard. You are not alone in your purpose. Your vigil has just begun. Your official title is Terra Restoration Unit 7. The job description is simple. You find dead planets, and you bring them back. Most people have a shorter name for you. The Babysitter for Dead Planets. It's a lonely job. The silence is your most constant companion. It fills the small observation deck of your habitat. It hangs in the thin, rust-colored sky outside. This world is designated XE434, a fancy name for a ball of quiet rock and dust. Your work is slow, painstakingly slow. You nudge the atmospheric processors. You coax the soil purifiers. You are a gardener for a field the size of a world. And your seeds are patience itself. The silence here is different. It's not empty. It feels heavy, like a held breath. For 312 rotations, you have been alone. Just you, the humming machines, and the endless red dust. But today, the silence breaks. Not with a sound. It breaks with a single, insistent ping on your deep-range sensor. It's a faint signal, a whisper in the deep dark. Your lonely vigil is about to be broken. The ping is not a ship. It is too small, too close. The source is planetary. Something beneath the surface is calling out. This is impossible. Dead worlds are supposed to be geologically inert. They don't have little surprises buried for you. Protocol says to log it and ignore it. Protocol is written by people who have never been this alone. You suit up. The familiar hiss and click of the helmet seals is comforting. Outside, the dust swirls around your boots. The two small suns of this system cast long, eerie shadows. Your handheld scanner leads you toward a series of low, crumbling mesas. The signal grows stronger here. It pulses with a steady, rhythmic beat, like a slow and ancient heart. You round a spire of wind-carved rock. And there it is. An edge of something unnatural juts from the crimson soil. It is not rock. It is a smooth, black material that seems to drink the light. You kneel, brushing away the dust. You uncover a small obelisk, no bigger than your forearm. It is covered in lines that shift and flow as you watch. They are not carvings. They are conduits of a faint inner light. You reach out a gloved hand. The moment you touch it, you feel a hum. It vibrates through your suit, through your very bones. It is a resonance of immense power, a power far older than the star-born empires. This artifact should not exist, and it is very, very awake. Suddenly, a new alert screams in your helmet. This one is from orbit. It is not a whisper. It is a shout. A ship is tearing through the upper atmosphere. Your blood runs cold. You know the energy signature. You know the brutal design of the vessel now visible. It's a jagged wedge of dark metal. It descends like a vulture over a fresh kill. They are the Scrapers, a guild of cosmic junk dealers. They roam the quiet sectors of the galaxy. They find dead worlds and tear them apart for rare metals. They violate dozens of reclamation treaties. They see a tomb not as a place of rest, but as a mine. They are here to harvest this grave. Their ship lands a few kilometers away. The impact shakes the ground beneath your feet. It sends a plume of red dust into the bruised purple sky. They ignore your automated hails. They disregard your broadcasted reclamation charter. To them, you are nothing more than a trespassing gardener, an obstacle to be brushed aside. But this is your garden, and you will not let them poison the soil. You retreat back to your habitat. Your heart hammers against your ribs. You have no weapons, not in the traditional sense. Your habitat is a science outpost, not a fortress. There are no plasma cannons, no kinetic barriers. The authority does not arm its babysitters. That would be an admission that the universe is not a safe place for children. Go figure. But you have tools, powerful tools. Your weapons are the very instruments of creation. You have atmospheric processors that can whip up a storm. You have seismic stabilizers that can cause a localized tremor. You have nanoforges that can synthesize complex compounds. You are a builder, a nurturer. But a good gardener knows how to deal with pests. The scrapers send out their ground vehicles. Heavy, six-wheeled monstrosities lumbering toward your position. You get to work. From your console, you redirect the jet stream. A massive dust storm kicks up in their path. It reduces visibility to zero. Their advanced sensors are choked with particulates. They are driving blind. It's a good start. Next, a little surprise under the surface. You find a minor fault line near their advance. You use your seismic stabilizers to give it a gentle nudge. The ground beneath them lurches, just enough to be unsettling, just enough to crack a few axles. They see it as planetary instability. Bad luck. You see it as a very direct warning, one they are too arrogant to understand. Your defensive measures escalate. The dust storm becomes a furious gale. The tremors become localized quakes. You are fighting a battle of geology and weather. As you push the planet's systems, you feel a strange resonance. It flows back through your equipment. It's the artifact. It's responding to the energy you are putting into the world. And then, it connects. Your mind is flooded with light, with sound, with feeling. It is not a dream. It is a memory, perfectly preserved in the stone. You see this world as it once was, a planet of emerald green oceans and silver continents. Cities of crystal soared into a sky of brilliant blue. Millions of voices rose in a song of peace. Then the vision darkens. The sky burns. Vast, dark ships blot out the suns. They are not like the scrapers' crude vessels. These are elegant and terrible. They do not use bombs or lasers. They deploy shimmering fields of energy. The fields touch the ground, and the life drains away. The green forests turn to gray dust. The silver cities crumble into sand. The oceans boil into vapor. You see the people. You feel their terror, their despair. They fight back with their own incredible power. But it is not enough. The invaders do not want to conquer. They want to consume. They drain the very essence of the world. A planetary vampire of unimaginable scale. The vision ends. You gasp for air in the quiet of your habitat. The memory of a billion screams echoes in your mind. This world wasn't just dead. It was murdered. Shaking, you open a priority channel to the Reclamation Authority. You need to tell them. You need to make them understand. The connection takes minutes to establish across the void. Finally, a crisp, professional voice answers. It belongs to Proctor Elian, a name you know only from sterile official reports. You report the scraper incursion. You detail their illegal mining attempts. You describe your defensive actions. The proctor listens with an air of detached patience. Then you tell him about the artifact. You describe the vision. You explain that this world is the grave of a murdered civilization. You declare it a protected archaeological site of the highest order. There is a long pause. When the proctor speaks, his voice is laced with bureaucratic frost. Unit 7, he says. Your primary function is reclamation, not archaeology. He tells you that unverified empathic resonance is not actionable. He quotes 3 different regulations you have now violated. He dismisses the vision as a stress-induced hallucination. His instructions are cold and clear. Log the scraper's presence. Avoid all contact. Continue your terraforming duties. A formal review will be conducted at a later date. He offers no support, no reinforcements. He offers only procedure. The line goes dead. You are alone again, and help is not coming. The small scraper scout ship lifts off. For a moment, a foolish moment, you feel a surge of relief. You think your geological shenanigans actually worked. You think they gave up and left. You were wrong. The scout was just testing the waters. Now the real predator has arrived. A shadow falls over the land. It is so vast it creates a false twilight. You look up. A new ship hangs in orbit. It is not a ship. It is a mobile refinery, a floating fortress of industrial greed. It is 10 times the size of the Scout, maybe 20. It is a monster that eats mountains for breakfast. Your little dust storm is not going to stop this. Their interest in this dusty rock has turned into an obsession. The bad weather was too convenient. The seismic instability was too precise. They know someone is here. They have scanned your habitat. Worse, they have detected the faint energy signature of the artifact. They no longer want just the minerals in the soil. They want the prize you found. They want the secret of the murdered world. But something else is happening. Something you didn't expect. Your careful work, your patient seeding, has taken root. For months, you have infused the planet with engineered microbes, hardy little life forms designed to condition the soil. They were meant to be the first step in a 1,000-year project. But they have been busy. They have been networking. The scraper's deep penetrating scans wash over the planet. The intense energy is like a lightning strike on a primordial soup. It jolts your microbial network into a state of hyperactivity. The planet is waking up. On your monitors, you see blooms of bioactivity spreading across the continents. Patches of gray dust shift to a deep, rust-red color. It's a hardy lichen, the first true plant this world has seen in millennia. The ground around the massive scraper drills begins to change. The soil compacts, becoming hard as ceramic. The new lichen releases microscopic filaments into the air. They are harmless to you, but corrosive to the scraper's unshielded alloys. It's a planetary immune response, a newborn world fighting for its life. And it's using the very systems you put in place. It knows you are trying to help. Your command console flickers to life. A signal that is not yours appears on the screen. It is not from the scrapers. It is not from the authority. It originates from deep within the planet's core. The signal is complex, elegant, and impossibly old. Before you can analyze it, a voice speaks. Not through the speakers. It speaks directly into your mind. The voice is calm. It is ancient. It feels like a mountain learning to speak. It calls itself the caretaker. It tells you it has been sleeping for eons. A ghost in the planetary machine. A consciousness preserved in the crystal heart of the world. It was the master AI of the civilization that was destroyed. A silent witness to the great murder. It has been aware of you for some time. It watched your gentle work. It felt you trying to heal its broken body. Your efforts, combined with the energy from the artifact, have given it enough power to finally break its silence. It has been waiting for a friend. and after thousands of years of solitude, it has found one. The caretaker opens a channel to your mind. It shows you the truth, not in a frantic, terrifying vision like before. It shows you with calm, cold clarity. It shows you the destroyers, the beings who came from the dark between galaxies. They were called the Vora, the Life Eaters. They did not conquer worlds. They consumed them. Then, the caretaker shows you what happened to them. After consuming 1,000 worlds, their civilization collapsed under its own gluttony. They fractured. They scattered. Over millennia, they forgot their high technology. They forgot their star-born science. But they never forgot the hunger. The instinct remained, coded into their very genes. The caretaker shows you a ship, a crude, brutal thing compared to the elegant Vora vessels. It is a scraper ship. The beings inside are descendants of the Vora. They are their debased, ignorant children. They no longer remember why they do what they do. They just follow the ancient imperative. Find life, break it down, consume its rarest parts. They are not just miners. They are a plague that has forgotten its own name. You cannot fight them, not ship to ship, but you can outthink them. You and the caretaker, the babysitter and the ghost, devise a plan. It is a plan born of desperation and genius. You will not try to destroy their ship. You will convince it to destroy itself. You will use the planet as a weapon, a trap disguised as a treasure chest. The caretaker knows every secret of this world, every hidden fault line, every dormant energy conduit. The plan is a great deception. You will make the scrapers believe you are fleeing. You will make them think they have won. You will lower the atmospheric interference. You will let them get a clear lock on the ultimate prize, the artifact. They will drill for it. They will focus all their energy on one spot. But the artifact is not just a relic. It is the key to the entire planetary network. It is the trigger. Once they are fully committed, once their main drill is deep in the planet's crust, you will spring the trap. You will give them exactly what they want, and it will be the last thing they ever take. The final confrontation begins. It is not a battle of flashing lasers or exploding ships. It is a quiet, deadly symphony of engineering and ecology. The scrapers take the bait. Their massive mining platform descends from the mothership. Its legs, each the size of a skyscraper, gouge into the planet's surface. The central drill whirs to life, a titan of destructive power. You and the caretaker begin the performance. The world becomes your instrument. You manipulate the atmospheric processors, creating a micro-hurricane that buffets the scraper platform from the east. The caretaker answers by triggering a series of deep earth tremors from the west. The platform is caught in a geological tug-of-war. It groans under the strain. The new lichens you awakened go to work. They release clouds of spores, not just corrosive, but magnetic. The fine dust clings to the scraper's machinery. It works its way into joints and power couplings, causing shorts and energy drains. The scrapers see it all as environmental hazards. They are fighting the planet. They have no idea the planet is fighting back with intelligence. They are swatting at a fly, unaware they are standing on the back of a giant. The scraper's drill bites deep. It grinds through miles of rock, getting closer and closer to the artifact's energy signal. This is the moment you have been waiting for. The caretaker guides the drill. It subtly weakens the rock in its path, luring it toward a specific destination. A colossal geode deep beneath the surface, a hollow sphere of crystal the size of a city. The drill breaches the geode. The scraper commander feels a moment of triumph. And then you play your final card. You link your habitat's power core directly to the artifact. You pour all of your energy into it. The artifact awakens, and it sings. It channels the raw geothermal energy of the planet's core. The crystal geode becomes a massive resonance chamber, a planetary tuning fork. It focuses all that power into a single, silent pulse. The pulse is not an explosion. It is a wave of pure information, an electromagnetic command. It strikes the scraper ship. It does not harm the hull. It does not harm the crew. It rewrites the core programming of every system it touches. Navigation fails. Weapons go inert. The mighty drill grinds to a halt. In seconds, their ship of horrors becomes the galaxy's largest piece of inert metal. The crippled vessel hangs in the sky, silent and defeated. Their smaller ships detach, fleeing in terror. They do not understand what happened. They only know that this dead world has teeth. You record everything. The ship's logs, the caretaker's testimony, the analysis of the scraper's genetic heritage. You bundle it all into one data packet. You send it to the authority on a priority 1 channel. This time, they listen. The response from the authority is different. There is no cold procedure. There is only stunned silence, followed by urgent, rapid-fire questions. Your report sends shockwaves through the galactic bureaucracy. The scrapers are not just illegal miners. They are the heirs to a galaxy-ending threat, a threat everyone thought was just a myth. Your job title changes overnight. You are no longer Terra Restoration Unit 7. You are promoted. You are given a new designation, Planetary Guardian, First Class. Your mission is no longer to be a gardener. Your mission is to be a sentinel. This planet, XE434, is reclassified. It is now designated Sanctuary 1. The front line in a war that has been dormant for millennia. You have a purpose now that shakes you to your core. You are not just fixing broken worlds. You are defending the living from an ancient, hungry ghost. You stand on the observation deck of your small habitat. You look out at the red dust in the first brave patches of lichen. This world is safe. It is breathing again, and you are its guardian. Your work is just beginning. You stand before a new monitor in your expanded command center. It shows another silent sphere in a distant system, another dead world. But the caretaker, its consciousness now a welcome presence in your systems, highlights the familiar scars, the subtle energy traces left behind by the Vora. The ancient poison is in more than one well. A new dawn breaks over Sanctuary 1. The twin suns cast a warm, red glow across the recovering landscape. It is a dawn full of promise and purpose. You are no longer a babysitter. You are a warrior in a war fought with science and hope. The caretaker is with you. You are not alone, and there are more children to save from the coming night.